So while we're repotting the trees, this is a great time to kind of look at the nebari and do a little excavation. And as we've been cleaning down the surface, we've actually discovered this large buttressing root that actually is the original kind of nebari, with this big, ugly kind of root that's kind of been growing right on top of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate the roots to sort of see how much of the tree is getting its sort of resources from this big one, to see if we can cut it back. And if we sort of determine that we can, we'll cut this back, which will improve the nebari by actually exposing the root underneath it. All right, so we've identified kind of the roots that are attached to this, and like we suspected, there's not a ton. So we feel pretty confident we can cut this root back without severely impacting the tree's health. So for taking this big of a root on, we're going to use a saw just to take this kind of end cap out and then slowly work our way back. All right, I don't want to push through too far and damage that root below it, so just kind of stop right before it and then end it there.
Action.
All right, so we've cut the root off and we've started to sort of work back the stump into more of a natural looking gin. And so we're sort of just going to split this with our splitters here, which I kind of already did. So that's kind of free. And then we're going to change the angle of it to where we kind of grab it, and using the tool to roll it back on itself will help kind of naturally just kind of break, if I can get a good grip on it, naturally kind of break it free, hypothetically. So you can kind of use the tool to help peel the bark off. So here's the finished gin. This is kind of as far as we were wanting to take it. You know, when you're first making gin, you can kind of, you don't need to finish it all in one sitting. Working on dead wood can be kind of a continual process over time, but we didn't want to leave it with a flat cut. We continued to kind of strip away the bark, tear at it, and just refine it a little bit. But as this dries, it will be a little bit easier to work with, and so we'll revisit this at a later date. But for now, happy with how it turned out. Was able to reduce it, and then also just allowing this larger root to be more visible and the nebari of the tree to expand significantly.